agatan mi prem mi atam ko agatan.
Just as you eat food,
Chani ko agatan.
long for my word.
Ang ni katana kaksibo.
Love the word.
Isol ni katana kasabo.
Number 2,
Ganing pao.
learn the word.
Aya kata ko skilabo.
Let this book of the law not depart from your mouth,
Aya na katana ni kusko ni kangjat
but
sina.
meditate on it day and night.
Salwal ko chanchibi walbo.
Love the word.
Isol ni katana kasabo.
Learn the word.
Isol ni kata ko skilabo.
Then God says,
Ni naman isola kana.
don't turn to the right.
Jakra chibi yang
Don't
nabe.
turn to the left.
Jakra chibi yang nabe.
Live by the word.
Isol ni katang na jangi tangbo.
Love the word.
Isol ni katana kasabo.
Learn the word.
Isol ni kata ko skilabo.
Live by the word.
Isol ni katang na jangi tangbo.
I'm reminded of a story.
Ang golpo ko gis nating ha.
A story of a young man.
Wan pante dambe ni golpo.
His mother had died.
Magabasya.
His father loved him.
Pagabade bina kasabya.
And his father and he had a wonderful relationship.
Aro pagabamungwa naman pakramani ng tubiya ni
The
pakramani.
young man was going to graduate from university.
University of ya graduate ng nasinga hayo
So the
pantera.
father asked him,
Nin pagwas nga ha.
son, what would you like as a gift?
Depante baba na may nakbagbuksis ko na nga.
And the boy said, Daddy, I'd like a second-hand car.
Biya ka na ha second hand gari ko nga din ang
The
nakinga.
next day, the father took him to a brand new car showroom
Yun pagabade bikode pagpal gari pagabab yabanar mga
and
ha.
said, which is the car you like?
Na ya gari na ko ni bade ko nam
The boy
naka.
said, Daddy, I like a second-hand car.
Wa ka na depante ang ade gari gitam ko sa nam
Father said,
naka.
no, which is the car you like?
Pagaba ka na bakura na agtaw ko na
So
skala
the
ko.
boy chose the car.
Yun depante gari gi sako basya
And
ha.
on the graduation day,
Aro graduate ng ani salo.
the father came with a gift for his son.
Pagaba depante na buksis ko na iri
It
ba.
was beautifully wrapped.
Ko na medyo ke peka ha.
He said, son, I want to give you the greatest gift of life.
Nang na jangi tangani nang basang ba buksis ko
And
na.
the moment the boy took the gift,
Now depante ya buksis ko na
he
ha.
knew it was the Bible.
Yan ang Bible ni masya.
And he was angry.
Yan ang kao na nga ha.
He said, I was hoping for a car.
Ani gari ko ngini chan
Give me a
chan.
Bible.
Nang na Bible ko na.
Threw the Bible down.
Ya Bible ko galat ha.
Walked out of the house.
Aro no ko ni katanga ha.
His father tried his level best.
Pagaba namin joton ka ha.
But the son did not want to come back to the father.
Pagaba ona dega par iba na sa.
Oh, the father's heart was broken.
Pagaba ni katong pene kata ko mana ha.
After a few years, the father died.
Adi tabel sirang ni jamana pagaba siya ha.
When the father died,
Pagaba siya ha.
the son, he was the only son.
Ya dega para sakam kam depante.
So he inherited all the father's property.
Pagaba ni ko plak kom ya man ka ha.
When he came to the house,
Ya no ko na ri bahon.
right on the table
Awa menso.
was that graduation Bible.
Awa graduate ng ani salo Bible
Picked
ko
up the
nga.
Bible,
Bible ko be khola ma
he
ha.
opened the first page,
Skang ba jakon badala ha.
and he began to cry.
Wa grapa ha.
You know why he began to cry?
Nasimu ya mama na be
Because in
grapa.
the first page of that Bible,
May na skang ba jakon ya Bible skang
father
jakon.
had placed the check.
Wa no pagaba check ko siya ha.
He had placed a check for the whole amount for the car.
Ya gari na ji thanga ko na nga chuma gamo ko siya ha.
But you see, that boy never opened the Bible,
Di ba Bible ko be badal ta jo.
and he could not enjoy that check.
Ni mini ya check ko dunga ko be
He
ani.
was angry.
Ya kao na nga ho
I
sumayo.
want to tell you, my friend,
Arpe nga na simna kana
there are
siya.
so many of us,
Ang simani bangin ka nang.
we miss out on the riches of God
Isoli gang ka nang ani kancing
because
mantra.
we don't open our Bible,
May na sasto kancing badal ja.
because we don't spend time with God's Word.
Ari isoli kata ko anceng porai sumay na ko
One of
acha.
the most powerful stories about the Bible
Sasto ni mangsa namen plak kapag golpo de.
is about a man called William Macpherson.
William Macpherson ka ba ni golpo nga.
He was a man who worked in a stone quarry.
Adi kay roong dok pa wa kam ka bunga.
One day there was an accident.
Sasto accident nga
In that
ha.
accident he lost his eye.
Wa accident na magron ko gumata na nga
He
ha.
lost his hand.
Jako ba gumata na nga
Lost
ha.
his limbs.
Jarang ko ba
He
gumata na
lost
nga.
much of his body.
Deni ba kamag ko ba gumata na nga.
Oh, this man loved Jesus
Ni
Christ.
biya mandere jisin na men ka sa
Mr.
bunga.
Macpherson loved Jesus
Iya
Christ,
mandere jisin na ka sa big bunga.
but he couldn't read his Bible anymore.
Dahil hindi ba biya na sasto ko pore naman dito.
Then one day he heard
Di ba sasto biya kana ha.
that there was somebody in the world
Saan ko man dito nga.
who was reading the Braille Bible using his lips.
Braille Bible ko kuchil si pore nga ni kana ha.
You see, the Braille Bible is made for the rich people, for the blind people.
Ana si ya Braille Bible ko de nikin khana mandere na thariya ha.
But he heard that somebody was able to read the Braille Bible with their lips.
Tade Braille Bible ko nikin kuchil si pore nga ni kana ha.
So he asked for a Braille Bible.
Ni Braille Bible ko biya ha.
And he asked somebody to do it on his lips.
Ani kuchil si nikin takna ta wa kana ha.
He couldn't feel anything.
Wa mamu ko bugi ha.
His heart was
Ni
broken.
ka tong banay ka ha.
But just before they could put the Bible down,
Ni Bible ko dulas ka.
his tongue touched the Braille.
Uni sriara braille ko tang
he
tapa.
would feel.
Wa tatota.
You know, when the story was written,
Golpo ko siya hon.
this man, Mr. Macpherson,
Macpherson mga pamandi.
had read from Genesis to Revelation
Paabad singaw ni para piyaw
4 times
Tangbri porea.
with his tongue.
Srichi.
Are you a disciple
Naras nang pa ma.
or are you in the crowd?
Narajin mau sama.
You see, disciples love the scriptures.
Nang parang de sastro na kasar
They
parang
long to spend time with God's word.
Wamang isoli katabak ko sumayra na kita kaoksiro nga.
Disciples give Jesus supreme place.
Nang parang de Jisu na chipat sang babyak ko na.
Disciples are willing to make a sacrifice.
Nang parang de kangan ko tak na basya.
Disciples surrender their all to Jesus.
Nang parang de wamang ni plakon kang parang.
Disciples love the scriptures.
Nang parang de sastro na kasar parang.
Number 5.
Bunga ka pa.
Disciples live in solidarity with their brothers and sisters.
Nang parang arajong wata mang bakrame jang
John
kitang.
chapter 13,
Johano dai chi kitang.
verses 34 and 35.
Kola chibri kola
A new
chibri.
commandment I give you.
Gatal geta ni ko na
Love
simula.
one another.
Saksasak ba na
By
kasar
this
ko.
will all men know
Yatsi na simo ko
that
mandali ge.
you are my disciple.
Na simo ang nis ng parang.
How will everybody know you are my disciple?
Mandir na may ka na simo ang nis ng
By
parang
the
ge.
way in which you love one another.
Na simo saksasak ba na kasar ka ni
As I
chi.
look at that particular verse,
Ya sasto ko man yaton.
3 lessons.
Bangga tangos kira.
Number 1,
Kang pa.
we are summoned to love.
Anting ko na kasar na ko
A
ma.
new commandment I give you.
Gatal geta ni ko na simo na.
This is not a suggestion.
Ya de takbo mang mang ni akan ko
This is
siya.
not an idea.
Ya de may pa chanchen
This
ko akan
is
siya.
a commandment I'm giving you.
Ya de geta ni chikon
A
dakna nga.
disciple loves his brother and sister, and a disciple is one who loves solidarity.
Asning para jonga da na kasag para bakramani na kasag bunga.
We are summoned to love.
Anting ko na kasag sina geta ha.
Number 2,
Ganig pa.
what is the standard of that love?
Wa kasa ni gada ramay.
Love one another
Saksasak ba na kasag po.
as I have loved you.
Jadi kaya na simo na kasa ha.
How should you love one another?
Ay kaya na simo saksak
The
na
way in
kasag.
which I have loved you.
Jadi kaya na simo na kasa ha.
Number 1, we are summoned to love.
Anting ko kasa sina gete nga.
Number 2, Jesus talks to the standard of that love.
Ay gadang ko ba anting na kana ha.
And number 3,
Gatang pa.
Jesus says this is the significance of that love.
Wa kasa ni gam chato ni diyan.
When you love like that,
Yan ni ke kasag ko ni.
all men will know that you are my disciples.
Gapan mandera nga na simo ni sing parang ni wigen.
William Nugget Church,
William Nagani Mondolira.
do you love one another?
Na simo saksak ba na kasama.
Do you live in solidarity with one
Na
another?
simo saksak ba na bakram ni jagi
Are there
tanga.
people who have broken relationships?
Dalo yan on ke mameli ani grid jagi tang marang tunga ba.
Are there people that you don't want to talk to in the church?
Dalo Mondolio soba nang ni aga na kuis ka na skija mo maneram tunga ba.
Are you simply in the crowd?
Nari din mau sama.
Or are you a disciple?
Mana aji sinis ding
I
baba.
know many of you have heard about Bishop Desmond Tutu.
Desmond Tutu bishop ni gimana simang kanang
He
gilo.
was a bishop of the Anglican Church.
Wa Anglican Mondoli ni bishop
Let me
nga.
tell you his story.
Hai bini golpo ka nga na.
Desmond was a little boy.
Desmond chone nga chem.
He lived in South Africa.
South Africa wa jagi
And in
tanga.
those days,
Wa sal rang
all
mo
the white people,
mande bokku parang.
they looked down upon the black people.
Gisim andul gisim ga mangani niona.
So the black people went through great difficulty.
Ini man andul gisim parang de blong ngen ngen tani ko
You
mana.
know, when a white man were walking on a road,
Andul gisim gapo ko parang rama ko ibaw de.
if any black person came,
Soba andul gisim go ibaw
oh,
de.
the black person has to jump into a gutter.
Ini man iwa andul gisim ko padi wa nalaw na bloni khat
And
na
they
nga.
should stand in that gutter.
Aro nalaw na pilong na nga.
They should bow down.
Aro ni chuchi ko na nga.
And they should say to the white man, please sir, go across.
Aro wa andul gapo ko pa na riang mo sir niya kana nga.
One day Desmond and his mother were walking down.
Salsa Desmond aro ni makabari ang ingat.
Suddenly from the other side,
Non wa rama sa
there
nasa
was
chini.
this tall white man
Mani bokko ba saksari be
walking
ngacem.
out.
Aro ari ba ngacem.
And Desmond was getting ready to jump into the gutter.
Aro Desmond aro wa nala chiblon na tikay ngacem.
But that day something different happened.
Ani ba solo mai bong aha.
The white man jumped into the gutter.
Ani ba mandi bokko ba sa nalaw na blon na
And he
sa.
said, please go across.
Aro wa kana na suri ang bo.
Please go across.
Dela si magri ang bo.
And as Desmond walked past the white man,
Aro Desmond wa mandi bokko ba ko re
he
pakango.
looked at his mother.
Wa magapach ko niya ha.
Who's that man?
Aro nga war ma so.
She said, he's an Anglican priest.
Aya de kamal Anglican pamong niya kana ha.
And Desmond said,
Aro Desmond na kana ha.
I want to be an Anglican priest.
Anga ba yan ki Anglican pamong naska.
By your love,
Nang ni kasani chin.
all men will know that
Man-
you are my disciple.
Na simang nisning parang nim na mandirang igen.
I want to ask you tonight,
Ana simagos naska.
who will look at you
Nang chikos wanyat ken.
and say, because of him,
Ya mandini asel.
I want